The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. Hosted by three BFFs, Daddy Diwali, Chipotle Bear, and Bubble Boy and Seven.
And new intern, XbacongamiN.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello. Daddy Diwali here, and welcome to The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. Joining me, as always, is the the co-host, the official co-host, Chipotle Bear. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. It's officially prom week at school, which means that tomorrow night I get to stay up to 1:30 a.m., which honestly, as a gamer, doesn't sound that bad, but I will not be gaming. I will be supporting after prom, which happy to do for our kids, but definitely going to miss out on that sweet gaming time. But it's been a great week, man. Excited to get towards the end of the year. We had some really nice weather. It's getting chilly again, but overall, man, happy to be here. Happy to talk about some video games.
And joining us, as always, is the intern to the co-host, XbacongamiN. How are you?
Still an intern, huh?
Correct.
Well, I
just digging yourself deeper every time you say that.
Just ordered new windows for the house. That's going to be a bit of a pricey little endeavor, but badly needed. Original windows from '96 in this house. So,
oh, dude, that'll make a huge difference with your bills and everything. That's awesome.
We're going a triple pane window in our bedroom so the sun doesn't turn into a sauna.
Man. Triple pane, guys. These are deluxe windows.
Yes. That was your wrestling name in high school, right? Triple pane.
A shout out right away. Shout out to Tara Pena for liking our tweet about going live on the Nerd Chat.
What's up, Tara? Good to see you.
Hopefully she's making an appearance. Shout out Tara Pena. Guys, before we get started, we need to do a better job with this. This, like I mentioned earlier, is the Nerd Chat, and we're a simple podcast celebrating Xbox gaming, the good old days. We live stream every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is 9:30 p.m. for you East Coast. I feel bad for you East Coasters because everything's so late over there, and 6:30 for you Pacific, West Coast, Best Coast people. And we also post, this will go live immediately after, and you can watch it on YouTube. We are streaming on youtube.com/the Nerd Chat podcast. I want to say, just look us up. And then the podcast goes live on Saturday mornings. We're keeping that live on Saturdays for now, Jose, unless you think we should just try to get it done and have it post the same.
No, it's good, man. Okay. It's good, man. Good diversity. Spread it out over the week. Send love always.
So there you go, guys. Let's jump into some huge TNC shout-outs, Jose. Speaking of Tara Pena for liking our tweet, huge TNC shout out to our new subs on YouTube. We've got Chris Rutherford, we've got Michael Berquist, KCAA Theater Company, resubbing to us, and I believe there might have been more. It doesn't tell me for every single one, so I apologize. Our sub count has gone up. Is that correct, Jose?
We're at 121 now. We went up over 7 in a week. We'll take it, man. Thank you.
Shout out to all the new subs to the Nerd Chat. And then we got to give a huge TNC shout out to Low Tears, who commented on our Redfall video. He just wrote, "Let's go Starfield." So he is also excited for the 30 FPS performance on console for Starfield coming soon. But at the same time, I had to say, at least Starfield has been somewhat, they've been setting us up, right? Bacon with Todd Howard saying he loves the visual fidelity. All their games traditionally have been at that. We've only got 60 FPS boosts and random stuff afterwards. So, and Starfield is going to be a much larger game with a lot more going on. I still don't like it, but you know, it's not going to be as disappointing as, well, I don't know. It's going to be pretty disappointing, but huge TNC shout out to Lloyd Strigas 3034 who wrote on my ultimate setup video. He said, perfect setup. So thank you so much, Lloyd. I really do appreciate it. There have been some updates, boys, and I kind of want to do an update video here. We'll do that maybe every year. We'll see what's added to our setups. And speaking of YouTube, we have failed you. We have not produced our videos. Did we miss March and now we're
Technically,
into
I
April?
produced for a month, so I'm not feeling super bad over
here. You know what I mean. I was doing that before, Jose, but thank you.
I know. You're right.
So speaking of that, we are going to switch to maybe just keeping the stream from now on, Jose. Do we know if streams are just up indefinitely like videos?
Mm-hmm. They are indefinite.
100% confirmed.
Confirmed, and they are also showing up on all feeds, including like recommended feeds. So, and we're getting a lot of hits on honestly both videos, so it makes more sense to consolidate them anyway. So that's what we're going to plan to do starting with this episode.
So there will not be a dedicated video episode like there traditionally have been in the past. Oh my gosh, has it been how many years? 2 years of the Nerd Chat. And there will just be, you look out for a live stream, but I think you're right. I do see Dr. Disrespect's recommended streams to me. So hopefully you'll see that for our videos, and hopefully this will be recommended as well. Guys, let's jump into some Xbox news for the week. Cozy.
News team, assemble!
News story number 1. Microsoft's new Xbox UI is getting reworked after complaints over crowded backgrounds. And this is coming from good old Tom Warren over at The Verge. Xbox testers will be reverted back to the existing home UI as Microsoft works on bigger changes. Quote, we heard from you that the changes to the top of the home did not leave enough space for you to enjoy your backgrounds. Thank God. And it felt crowded, said Ivy Krislov, a senior product manager lead of Xbox experiences, in a blog post. We are working to balance the experience, accessibility, function, and the needs of our community and bring you a great and refreshed experience. Microsoft is now removing the home UI for testers and pausing the experiment to prepare for bigger changes. Thank you for all the feedback you've shared. It's a key part of our process, and our team is working hard to incorporate it into the experience and get it to you to use. I'm going to throw this right over to Bacon, guys. And shout out to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. Kyle and Joe were talking about things they liked from each of the big 3 and things that they dislike. I got to say, one thing I do like about PlayStation is their UI. It does feel clean. It feels modern, and it feels a little bit more premium, Bacon. And I was on the side initially when the Xbox series launched that I was like, oh, that's cool. It's going to be the same UI. It's going to feel very familiar. I know it well. I kind of liked the move at first. But now, after some time into it, we need a change, and it needs to be upgraded. And I feel like I said, just when I turn on the PlayStation versus when I turn on the Xbox, I feel like the Xbox boots right up and it's super quick and everything is great and everything. But I just feel, like I said, the PlayStation feels a little bit more premium. I don't think it's necessarily the best UI over on the PlayStation side. I think it can also be a little weird. I don't like the TV and media, I think, is one thing. But Bacon, what do you think? What do you want to see from the UI? Because I don't know. I haven't heard. Did you like that they kept it the same as the Xbox One, or do you want something new? Completely new.
I like that they kept it like the Xbox One, but I also really like the 360 tiles. Those were kind of fun. But I just think the size of everything on the home screen is just too much. Like when we first got the dynamic backgrounds, I had the Halo one back there.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, I can see it, and it, the lightning bolts or the lasers or whatever are flying by.
But Bacon, let me interrupt right there. Which is funny because PlayStation had that first on the PS4, but now they don't have that for some reason, and we do now when we didn't have it. So I thought that's funny.
Like I had a really cool samurai one on my PS4 that I thought was insanely cool, but it almost seems like an advertisement on the home screen right now for Xbox, and you scroll down one page, and it's just all Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, friends, Game Pass, Game Pass. So I would like to see the tiles smaller, and I'd actually like to just have the dynamic theme, the whole top page be the theme, and then you click down on your controller, and then all that stuff populates. But I understand they're a business and they're trying to drive people to Game Pass, so it makes sense that they would advertise Game Pass highly in what games you're playing and friends and stuff like that. I don't have a real opinion either way between the Xbox and the PlayStation. That's just a UI. It's just to get me to my game. I don't sit there and just stare at my UI and oogle at how good the PlayStation. And I do think the PlayStation one is crisper and in true 4K, I believe. I don't think ours is.
Correct. And I think they have
yeah.
HDR, and
Right.
ours is 4K, but it doesn't have HDR, and you can tell a difference when I go to the PlayStation. But yes, it is 4K now, not HDR.
Right. So it's just a vessel to launch me into my game. So what really does it need to do? Maybe they should just do Windows 11 and just call it a day and have a taskbar and all that jazz. But that's it.
Before I throw it over to Jose, Bacon and Jose, I want you to tell me what you think too. Looking at the web on the article, what do you guys think of the Souls Ninja dashboard that he has quote
clean.
tweeted in there? I really like it.
That's
I mean,
dope.
to be honest, that's like almost the opposite for audio listeners and I guess video. If you click on this article, it's by Souls Ninja, and he said my Xbox dashboard concept still whip, and I have to agree. Oh, I actually liked it apparently. It's basically got your name, and same as in the game right now, right? I don't know if that's on the top left, and then it
It is top
says,
left.
then it has on the middle, I guess top row, it has store, library, video settings. Well, I like that. Then it's got it looks like a little notification to the right. You got your time up in the right as well. Then there's a big space in the middle, and then towards the bottom are smaller tiles with your last played games. And then there's an ad to the right. Then it looks like maybe your games and apps is right next to that. And then it says like some stats for a game. So he's got Avowed on there. Time played 10 hours, 29% completion, achievement hunt for the king. I gotta say, this is really good. They just need to hire this guy because,
Yeah, it's dope.
or just ask him like, hey, can we steal this? And I'm sure he'd be like, absolutely, if it's gonna make the dashboard better. So Jose, what do you think of this? I'm super happy that they're not gonna do what they were originally doing because it was terrible. Like Bacon said, too many ads, too many games, too much Game Pass. I don't know if you guys do this, but I created my own games and apps little section. I created I call it games and apps. And so I pin my favorite games on there that I'm going to play next. And then my most used like TV apps and stuff or video apps. So after my main page, right underneath that is my games and apps. So it looks pretty good, but then you're right. Then it goes in, I guess I think I've Game Pass, friends, or maybe store, friends, and then at the end, I think it's games with gold, which I forget about. So Jose, tell me your thoughts on the UI, Mr. Aesthetic.
I mean, the truth is, I'm honestly a little more in Bacon's court of just like I don't care that much how the dashboard looks. I just want to be able to get to my games. I do like the idea of it being refreshed over time, but I guess I'm honestly at the point where like if this is where they're putting their resources, I would rather them put them somewhere else. If that makes sense, like it's functional enough to me as it is that I don't feel like it's dire that it has a refresh. I hear you that it would be nice if it was 4K and HDR. I certainly wouldn't be mad if it was those things. I do like the concept over here from Souls Ninja. Like I think that's very crisp and clean. I think what I appreciate about the dashboard when I really think about it is obviously I want it to go right to my current game because I really like the quick resume. Like that I think has been one of the most awesome pieces of the Xbox over the last couple of years. It's just like I turn on my Xbox and I am back in my game within 15 seconds. Like that's amazing to me. I also like the idea that when you had 2 or 3 games that you're switching between. So like, I have typically Halo up there. We got Modern Warfare for when I drop in with you guys. And then I'm currently playing like Ghostwire. I liked it kind of my last couple of games are there because that's 99% of the time when I get on, I'm just going back to what I most recently played. That's literally what I'm doing, right? So I really like that that's the central focus. But when you get outside of that, I actually I do agree that I think it's a little bit confusing. And some of that is just because I don't really explore those other areas that much. But I do agree that it'd be nicer to be a little bit more organized and cleaner. I also really do like the achievement thing that this mock-up has basically because although I'm not a big achievement guy, it is one of those things where like I appreciate data. I think data is important and interesting, so I think it would be cool to have that option there. And I do agree with Bacon that the dynamic backgrounds are cool, man. I like when they do have those cool things there, and I would like to see them just a little bit more. So again, I guess that the whole thing, this update, the bigger thing that I thought, honestly, was the DVR update. I thought that was honestly more impactful to me than the actual aesthetic thing, because I think the DVR thing is where I'd really just like to see a little bit more robustness and consistency, right? Because especially as we're trying to make some reviews and stuff, that's been a helpful tool for me. But overall, man, I'm excited to see what they do. I trust them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they have some idiot there that's just being like, well, let's try this and see what happens. I'm sure there's a lot of method to their madness, but I also think that they need to be careful about trying to change it too much, because again, you just need to learn where things are at, and then it's fine. Right. It's no different. Like, I know that as much as I like to joke about being a Mac guy versus a PC guy, the reality is they do mostly the same things. They just do them in different ways. So like, it's about learning the system and where things are. And once you know it, that's what matters. Right. So it's kind of the same thing to me with the Xbox. I just need to know where things are. I'll figure it out otherwise. Yeah. So.
Sorry, I had to scream at my crying kids upstairs. Did you?
Father of the
I'm a
year.
little surprised. I just said, "Shut up in there, will you?" I'm a little surprised with you guys that you're kind of meh and okay with this, because I kind of disagree. I feel like the PlayStation, it just feels premium, and isn't that what we want our Xbox to feel like, Bacon? Like, I'm really shocked that you're just like, whatever you want.
But I don't have a PlayStation, so I don't have anything.
I know,
to
but
compare it to.
Bacon does, and so that's what I'm asking him. Like, you really think it's just
Well,
as good as the PlayStation one?
I think
Like,
it's
I
because
feel like it's, like you said, it's crisp. I don't know. The
I
HDR helps
spend
too.
most of my time on PC, so like UI doesn't matter to me on PC. It's just it's literally a
True,
vehicle to launch
true.
a video game.
And Steam, I feel like
Are you
it's
short
a
of me
mess.
looking at my dynamic background and going, all right, Master Chief, all right, let's go play some Grounded? It's a way for me to find, buy, purchase, and launch games. But I mean, I don't message on it. I don't tweet on it. I don't do anything on it other than launch games. So I could do without it, actually, but yeah, I guess to each
You
their
want to go?
own.
Everyone just wants to go back to the Blade, so you could just swap quickly, get the game in, and go. Jose, I have to say, I'm surprised you're a big quick resume guy. I think that's awesome. I don't even use it. So I always quit out of
What?
everything. I've had too many experiences where like something doesn't sync up, or I'm worried about Chivos not syncing to the cloud. Like, I know I don't use it. I mean, it starts pretty quick regardless, but you're right. I mean, maybe I need to start using it more. Shout out to quick resume. And Jose,
I mean, I'll tell you, the
fan.
reason I love it as especially as a dad, is that like when I'm playing a single player game, the fact that like, here's a great example. So like on the weekends, typically like we go to like Costco or run errands or whatever, but I'm always ready fast, because like when it's like time to get ready, I just take a shower and get dressed, brush my teeth, and I'm ready like in 16 minutes. Right. Whereas like my daughters and my family, like they're not slow, but they just take longer. And I typically have like a
You run over and you
10-ish
start
minutes
gaming
thing
right
there.
there.
And so I'll just run downstairs because it's close to my exit where we're leaving. And I'll just be like, cool, I'm gonna go grind some loot, or I'm gonna go get this one task done. I love that I can do that very, very quickly. And I think, and that's never been something we can't have done with other generations of consoles. So I'm all about it. And I get it. If I was more of an achievement hunter, I get why that would be concerning and frustrating, but that's just not who I am.
And shout out to Goose. He said, no PS poo poo. Okay, yeah, we know Goose. But he did say, never had any issues with quick resume. I'm glad. No, I whenever I've used it, it's worked well for me too. But I think I just forget, and I'm just so used to closing games out. And you can't quick resume with PC games, Bacon. So, I mean, maybe that's another reason. I'm just used to closing everything out. Maybe I need to use it more. But
I only close it out when I got to download a game and it affects my speeds, and then I close things out.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah,
I do that too.
Let's move into story number 2, and this is coming from Gaming Bolt by Shubnakar Parijat.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
inXile Entertainment is seemingly working on a new game in an established IP. inXile Entertainment has delivered a number of RPGs over the years, with its most recent release, Wasteland 3, turning out to be among its finest outings yet. So it's no surprise that there's plenty of questions about the studio's next game is going to be. Interestingly enough, it seems that at least one of its upcoming projects is going to be based on an established IP. And that's per LinkedIn profile of George Williams via Reddit, who was at inXile Entertainment from October 21st to the 22nd, June 22nd, or June 2022. And on his profile, Williams said that he worked on an upcoming unannounced project that will be part of, quote, an established IP. And we know that inXile has, of course, previously confirmed that it's working on 2 games, and one of them is a first-person shooter RPG. That likely features a steampunk setting, while very little remains about the other, which was said to be in the infancy of pre-production back in 2020. Guys, Jose, do you have any idea what inXile could be working on? Or Bacon? I need to look back. inXile, Wasteland, didn't they make the original Fallout?
Fallout. Yep.
Yeah.
They did.
So, Jose, do you want to take a guess at what they're working on that's a part of the Xbox IP?
I mean, I honestly have no clue at all. I mean, your gut wants to say like Fallout, but that's very unrealistic, right? Bethesda's obviously got that now, and we're going to be waiting a while for that anyway, which is great. Like, I'm happy again, as all the news we talk about where things aren't ready. Like, please, for the love of God, take your time with Fallout. I will wait for that. Wasteland. I didn't play Wasteland. I know Bubble Boy did, and I know he loved it. So
yeah, I got to get to it.
He was high. He was high on it. So I imagine they're pretty good at kind of that post-apocalyptic thing. I do think the steampunk world is a super dope world that I don't think we've gotten a really great game out of, but I don't think we have any established IPs that fit that. The only thing that I like, if I'm talking pie in the sky dream that I would love to see is like a BioShock, a new gen BioShock, what I think would be super cool, but I don't know if inXile has access to that, those like assets and that kind of green light to do that, but that could be kind of cool. I mean, first person shooters that I'm trying to think of that we've played that would be worth establishing. I just can't think of that many that we don't already know they're in the works with other people, but cool to see it again. I don't know where I was listening to some podcast. I don't know if it was Unlocked or Trophy Room or Season Gaming, but like I started thinking like, we've been so caught up on this year, and it's for good reason. It's a great year. There's amazing games coming out through December on all these platforms, but we heard like nothing about anything substantial beyond this year. And I just started thinking like, man, we got to start like thinking a little bit beyond this year. Otherwise we're going to find ourselves in that same dry spell situation of like, that's cool if it's an awesome year, but like, I don't want just one awesome year. I want like decent years forthcoming. So I don't know, man. I guess thoughts for you guys. I'm curious what you guys think.
Yeah. So let me speak quickly about what you just said about what's for next year. I'm scared. We already know Xbox has failed miserably at the cadence part, their goals. Okay, so I think we're going to be. Where's Forza? I mean, they're clearly not coming out in the next month and a half, 2 months before their 12-month deadline. So we can just forget about that. I think this year is going to be Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall, which should have been delayed, Minecraft Legends. So we're at 3. Starfield, and maybe Forza Motorsport. I think my draft is screwed. I do not think we're getting
you think Senua?
No, I don't think Senua's
man.
coming this year. I'm sorry.
I think Senua will be holiday.
I think you're gonna save it for next year sometime, and then hopefully what's the other one that we could potentially have next year? Do you think Fable's going to be ready? Probably not. So what
next year? But
what is
not
coming
soon.
out? So maybe this inXile game, maybe Bacon. I'm gonna throw it over to you. Do you think this could be like a Fallout remaster, like a Fallout New Vegas remaster, or something like that, or like something that they can quickly get out to hold us over? Because we know the next new Fallout from Bethesda is not coming out for like 6 years. Let's be real. I mean, think about that, guys. We've got Elder Scrolls is supposed to be next after Starfield, and then Fallout. Dude, we are screwed.
It's like a decade out. We're like a decade out.
If Xbox was smart and Bethesda was willing to part ways, they're like, you guys can do a Fallout spinoff, because there's no way they're going to get to Fallout
like a 76 again. I don't want another 76.
Not a 76, a single player Fallout. But I don't know. Bacon, tell me your thoughts on this inXile thing.
So I'm not concerned about next year because Xbox has already announced the time frame for their June showcase is an hour and a half.
Again, just because they're showing
that's not including Starfield.
Yeah, but just because they're showing those games doesn't mean they're going to come out next year. I mean,
that.
you would hope that whatever Xbox announces was imminent. But I'm scared.
This isn't a 45-minute developer direct with a lot of the E3 showcase. If we're still calling it that, is at least an hour and a half long. And then
I don't think we need to be scared yet. I think it's too early to be scared.
We still have Indiana Jones in the pipeline. That has got to be close.
Years out. No.
Oh, come on.
Here's what's close.
No.
Fable's not close.
And Avowed. I think Avowed might be next year. That's the one I think could be next year. Why does my game change constantly? See, Bacon switched mics
why I
because he was
switched mics.
tired of it. Yeah, son of a beat. Sorry,
That's
Bacon, go
fine.
ahead.
I gotta figure an established IP on this story alone. I gotta be thinking Fallout of some sort. I don't think Todd cares about sharing his IP against with the the original creators of this game. Is it
That's a
Fallout
good
5?
point.
Is it
Who made New Vegas?
Obsidian?
Obsidian, you're right. So maybe you're right. Maybe like, oh, it's not Obsidian. Sure, you guys can do.
Right. Like, so I think it'd probably be a huge weight off Todd's shoulders because Elder Scrolls is, or Elder Scrolls is the next one, right?
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Right. So that puts Fallout at 30, 35, 30, 36, something like that. So I'd have to imagine it is something in the Fallout universe or a direct sequel to Fallout 4. So it's just hard to say. I know Jez has been talking about this steampunk game for a while now. So he's known
Yeah, I
about
remember
it
this
for a
sounds
minute.
pretty cool.
He's
What,
pretty
what was
high
the
on
one
it.
that's in New Orleans? Is that this one?
I
Or is
think
that a
that's the
different
same
one?
one he's
Yeah,
talking
okay,
about.
yeah.
Yep. I think this is that
That
game.
did sound sick.
Yep.
And oh wait, so maybe next year Contraband. There's another one
Yeah,
we don't.
Contraband
That should be.
from
That
Avalanche,
should be.
yep.
So maybe next year we have Senua, Contraband, Avowed. Next Forza? No, that's too soon. Well,
Horizon. No, it's too soon for Horizon.
I think they need to take a break on that. Any other thoughts, Bacon, before the next?
It's just speculation town. That's where we live. So
I like the idea of a Fallout, like just to
Right.
hold us over. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think they would get some goodwill too, because people have been asking for a New Vegas, or maybe I'd even go for 3. Let's go to news story number 3, and this is the Dead Island 2. It just came out. This is the Metacritic. Here are some scores, you guys. It is sitting at a 74 based on 69 critic reviews. VGC. Everybody loves. I think Bacon, you're a fan of VGC, right?
Love them.
VGC said the best games ask important questions. In the case of Dead Island 2, that question is: do you think it's funny to chop zombies into bits? If the answer is yes, then Dead Island 2 is a joy. Push Square. In the end, though, Dead Island 2 is a refreshing surprise that made the 2023 release order. It's a fun and simple zombie slasher experience that may be let down by its uninspiring RPG elements and boring loot cycle, but more than makes up for it with its killer setting, brutal melee combat, and stunning graphics. While we suspect some will be disappointed by the game's size after all these years, we found it utterly revitalizing to find a AAA experience that respects your time. Ooh, I like the sound of that. And more importantly, doesn't overstay its welcome. In the day and age of 300-hour RPGs, it's nice to know that some games are here for fun time and not a long time, and they gave it a 70. I believe IGN gave it an 80. Do you guys have any interest in playing this? I'm not gonna lie. After hearing that little quick review from Push Square, I'm very interested in something that's respects my time and is just fun to play. But this is probably a wait for sale for me. I did play the original Dead Island. I enjoyed it. I can't remember if I was gonna start Dead Island Riptide, but never got to it. Now that this is out, I probably won't go back to it. But Bacon 30, have you played any of these zombie games or no?
I mean, who hasn't played zombie games? I mean, it seems like the most overdone game type.
Are you a State of Decay 2 fan?
No, I tried it, but it was so buggy at launch that I just put it aside and hadn't gone back
Dude,
to
you
it.
got to go back to it now. It's big and you'd love it. It's a great game. Sorry.
I mean, I just got done playing The Last of Us zombies or clickers or whatever we want to deem them. And that's one of the main reasons why I was so intrigued with Redfall is it's not zombies and, Back for Blood and just everything is zombies. I get it. It's an easy genre, an easy story to survive, kill everything you see. It just seems so overdone. But I mean, looking at this trailer playing right now, it looks dope. So maybe on a sale or get it on CD keys for PC for pretty cheap here in about 3 months. But I mean, a lot of people enjoy it. A lot of people enjoyed the first one. So I see no reason that people won't enjoy this. So I say play the games you want to play and enjoy them.
Yeah, I think I'll give a shout out to the Kind of Funny guys. They did a little review and I listened to it too. And they're all saying it was like a 3 out of 5. It was a good game, had fun with it, but they'll never go back to it. Bacon, I will say it is fun. There's some good melee combat in it. And I hear the zombie, I don't know how to describe it. The dismemberment of it is really good in this game. It's simple. It's not crazy. I hear the story sucks a little bit, but I think you would like it, honestly. If you're looking for a first person melee game, you liked what was it, the Shadow Warrior, right?
That's a
But
great
that's
game.
but that's more fast paced than this. This is more like a kind of like a Skyrim. But Jose, have you played any of these or any interest in this, or are you gonna not right now? I know there's too many
Yeah.
gosh, dang games.
No, I'm
you
a
guys-
lot in your camp, and Bacon and I were talking about this actually just before we jumped onto the actual like live stream. That I'm intrigued for a couple reasons. One is the fact that this game actually came out, not because I was like against it or anything like that, but just like it
Yeah,
was
the
basically in
scores.
like development limbo for years, where we were just like, oh, it's dead, it's never coming back, because it's so hard to do that. And so I think it's very notable and that they were able to do that. And I'd love to check it out for that reason. But honestly, here's where I'm kind of starting to run into issues. If stuff isn't on Game Pass, it's got to be pretty special for me to want to spend $70 out of the gate on it. And I don't mean to talk badly about Dead Island 2. Again, I'm sure it's a cool game. Just hard for me to justify that in this time where we are so inundated with some really awesome games that are coming out right now. In addition to some really cool indies and stuff like that. So I do want to play it. It sounds like something like a sale, especially like summertime or even next winter, when it's kind of like if we don't have a lot coming out, it'd be a great time to catch up on some backlog games. And at that point, I'm sure I could get it for 20, 30, $40. It'd be definitely worth it at that time. But all the reviews I've seen and the gameplay, it does look fun. It does look awesome in terms of just like laughing, like, oh man, that's crazy. But I wouldn't want 20 hours of that. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that it's pretty concise, and they're just like, yeah, come have fun in LA in this crazy story that doesn't necessarily have to make sense, and then go on with your life, which I appreciate, man. Good for them on that.
How does it compare to Dead Rising, Dan? I mean,
so this came out first before Dead Rising, and so this was kind of like the base. Yeah, very similar to Dead Rising, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. But Dead
There's
Rising,
that crafting element, right? In Dead Rising,
yeah, you're always picking up and crafting weapons. Like at all, like your weapons break, but it doesn't matter because there's just so much to pick up. Like you'll never run out of like weapons. You know, they all do about the same damage, but you gain skills. You know, like I remember in Dead Island, I had picked this one guy who could just throw stuff.
What's up, Grayson?
Good.
What's up, bud?
Oh, hey, buddy. Love you.
Just saying goodnight.
All right, special guest Grayson is here. Love you, buddy. Do you want to say anything to the nerd chat?
Say see you online.
See you online.
See you online. Okay. Well, actually, tell me what you're telling me upstairs about our name change. Tell Jose what you think about it.
What name change?
Remember, what was our old name for the podcast? Which one do you like better? Tell me what you said.
Camera shy.
All right, get out of here, buddy. He was saying that he hates the nerd chat name and he prefers Xbox record this.
Can't stop Phil from sending us
Why
letters.
do you change the name, Daddy? And I told him we don't want to get sued by Xbox and get in trouble. All right, see you, buddy. I love you. Good night. Love you. See you later. Love you.
How will you get in trouble?
We'll get sued because we don't own Xbox.
Dad, what does sued mean?
Huge.
Grayson, quit grabbing your peeper and go upstairs. Love you. See you, buddy. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. So,
Dead Rising versus
Crafting,
yeah. So you're always crafting, picking weapons. Very simple, Bacon, but I think it's a fun time. But I'd probably wait until it's 30, 20 or less. But very quickly, Metascore 71, user score. Oh, sorry. No, that's actually a different game. Sorry. Dead Island is sitting at a 74 meta. And I can't see. Oh, user is. I'm not seeing it. Can someone
not have it yet
for me? I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
Because users hasn't released yet, so we're not going to have users.
There's not enough time for them to provide it.
It's
4
not
days out still. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why. Moving on, speaking of user reviews, in the next big release that did come out this week, and we're going to talk a lot about it because Bacon, news story number 4, Minecraft Legends is out. It just released earlier this week. It is sitting at a 72 meta score, and the user score is right there with it at a 71. Mixed reviews. I would say, let's just go here. I'll go to Games Radar. Ooh, gave it a 50. Minecraft Legend has good ideas, but it's ultimately held back by the decision to root its strategy action around a central hero. With a limited field of view, a few command inputs, and an uninteresting AI, Legends fails to generate compelling combat cycles or opportunities for critical thinking. And then let's go to a more positive one. I'm trying to find a bigger name that I know. I don't know. IGN France 80, gorgeous, generous. Minecraft Legends will not leave you indifferent, proving us what we expect from a video game. Having fun. And then I'm trying to find Windows Central. Minecraft Legends is a wonderful addition to the expanding Minecraft universe. They gave it an 80, perfectly encapsulating its character while exploring a new, unique action strategy genre. Its two halves aren't always perfectly balanced, though, and there's certainly ways the game can improve. And 75 from Xbox Era. Minecraft Legends wasn't a game I was particularly excited about, mostly due to its strategy learnings. However, it's always nice to be surprised, and there's a lot of fun to be had, particularly with friends online. The single player can be as chill as you'd like it to be, but PvP is absolute panic-inducing carnage in the best kind of way. Bacon, let's throw it over to you. I know you've been putting a lot of time into this. Instead of talking about it then, let's talk about it right now. Give us your thoughts slash impressions, if you want to give it a number so far, of Minecraft Legends out now.
The 72 we're seeing here on Metacritic is probably right. I was hoping it was going to scratch my itch for RTS, StarCraft, and it does do that to an extent. It's just so watered down. It's nothing compared to what a real RTS is. It's a cool world. It's runs great. I haven't had any performance issues. But as the main hero, and I see that critique that it is, the whole world is defended by this one hero that you get to pick and choose, and you ride around on your horse and you're swinging a sword while commanding other units to attack given points. The problem I have with it is finding resources I need to make spawn points for the units I want. It's not explained very well. There's nothing that says, hey, you can find this mineral here in this field. You just gotta swipe around with your cursor on your mouse until you find a blue zone instead of a red zone, and it's so small, and you could spend hours trying to find these precious minerals you need. So that part's a little frustrating. It's simple tower defense setup, stuff around towns to defend the villages and stuff. As far as I see why Minecraft people would enjoy this game, because it's clearly 100% Minecraft. Kids will probably really enjoy it, and it's probably good for them because it's a very shallow introduction into RTSs, which is still probably my favorite game type. So it's definitely worth it. You could definitely play with the kids. There's nothing to worry about. A child narrates it for you, or a very young adult. So it's
going to be like a 60-year-old person. You're going to feel real bad when you find out.
It sounds like a kid, man. But it's worth your time. Hey,
Deja says sounds like a snooze fest out there.
Just because it's keeping me from playing Call of Duty.
Man, we need some more violence, speed, and momentum, Bacon. Jeez.
I know. I'm probably not going to go too much further into it. It is real samey. There's nothing really crazy intriguing about the story, but
how about this?
I can see
this game or Minecraft Dungeons?
Oh, Dungeons
all the way, huh? Just a way better game. Okay.
Have you done the PvP stuff? How is that like against real
because
people?
I hear you'll flat just get smashed, and
I thought you were doing it.
No, I've been doing a wave mode where you got to survive 20 waves in defending one small area, and I've gotten to 19 3 times, and I can't get it. And I assume there's an achievement attached to it, and that was literally going to be my end point for the game, is getting that achievement. But the waves come so fast that you can't even defend it, and so you literally
can this be done like co-op, like what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's total co-op. Absolutely, it'd probably be way better in co-op. I just don't know anyone that plays it. So it's definitely, it's on our scale, I'd probably give it a 3. Could be for you, couldn't be for you.
Gotcha.
That's 100% what this game is, but it's in Game Pass.
70.
Yeah, Mike and I played Dungeons together, and we both really enjoyed it.
I was just gonna ask Deja. That's got Deja vu written all over.
Yeah, because he's such a Diablo simp. I'm a StarCraft simp, so this more of
Best
my
of both
alley.
worlds.
I
Yeah.
want to get to dungeons. Like that is definitely one I'm going to play. It's just there's so many freaking games. So is it closing thoughts on this, and we can move on?
No, I mean, I was just curious about the PvP thing because honestly, like I think that's what's holding me back more than anything. It's not because I'm like opposed to Minecraft. Actually, it's just not my world. Like I just didn't grow up with it. I don't have the canon to understand, and like even though a lot of my students do, I'm very familiar with it. I know what it is. I think if I could get one of my daughters into it, I think that would be kind of my entry point into dungeons and that kind of stuff. And my fear with Legends is like I would get into PvP and get smashed, right? And my ego is very fragile, right? It's this little tiny thing that I guard, and just like getting crushed by an 8-year-old in like 16 seconds, just I don't think I would enjoy that feedback loop a lot. But again, I'm happy that it's doing well. Minecraft is a tour de force of the world. Like many people play, so it's natural that they were going to do this kind of a game. So I hope it goes well. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day over the summer, it would be kind of fun to get like 4 of us together. Everyone smash like 6 beers and let's just have fun in Legends. We could
That's
probably
the
have
only way to play Minecraft.
because think about it, like when we played Fall Guys, it's not like we played it for a long time, but it was
Dude, I never
super
jumped
fun
in.
to
I
get
still have yet to play Fall Guys.
I mean, I
by the
played with
way.
Bacon and I think it was Deja I was playing with, and it was fun, man. I mean, it's a silly, stupid game, but it was just fun to do with your friends. So I shout out to them, and again, I hope it goes super well again. To be
Yeah.
honest, also, I need Xbox to get a couple of dubs, right? And this could be a pretty
Yeah.
easy dub, so happy for that as well.
Yeah, I'm happy that there are options, especially for younger players. I think it will definitely find its audience. So let's move on to news story number. What is this? 6.
You really should number them.
Bacon, take it away from the PlayStation.blog, welcoming Firewalk Studios to the PlayStation Studios family. Go ahead, Bacon.
Oh, well, I'm going to digress to Twitter here for a minute. All we hear, and given this is not on the same scale, but all we've heard for the last year is consolidation is bad. Consolidation is bad. Consolidation is bad. All Sony has done since Microsoft announced Activision is acquire like 4 freaking studios in that time.
That is correct. 100%
Right.
correct.
But it's such a hypocrisy at times.
But it's
This
okay,
is
Bacon,
where
because they've had organic relationships.
How
with
is this
these
organic? This
developers.
is not
They've had
organic.
organic. Colin Moriarty started this. They've had organic relationships with all of their previous second-party developers, minus Bungie, completely
Here it is.
out of thin air.
Yes, they've played Bungie games on PlayStation before they bought them.
Oh, they have
These
no
devs
connection to
left
Bungie at all.
Bungie. These devs left Bungie and created this studio, and I'm all for this acquisition. I'm just in the champion that was going on today about this small 150 dev team joining PlayStation. Like, just the hypocrisy sometimes, and this is nothing organic about this. But again, I'm not going to say don't buy studios because everybody needs to buy studios. We need to protect them all from Tencent. And
you need to produce content, and you need to get into to more multiplayer, free to play live service games.
And it is a live service game. All things that Sony fans say they don't enjoy. So
and they're gonna get like 10 of those.
Right. I'm just ready for all this to be over. And like it's just
I can't wait. We're coming up. I mean, what, 6 days from now, right? We're supposed to hear something.
And Microsoft is having an event in London.
I saw that they're having an event.
No, they're joining an event. I don't think they're having.
Well, yeah, it's they are having a presence on the day.
I mean, but still, guys, the FTC, like that's it's still.
Yeah, but to me, what this says is that on the back end, it's a good chance Sony just sees like, look, the cards are falling, that this is going to go through. And so they're like, we don't have to hide anymore this, whether it's hypocritical or not. You just move forward with what we want to do.
And they need to make their own moves.
And for the listeners, because I didn't know this, I had to ask a question. Firewalk doesn't have IP yet. Firewalk is made of devs from AAA studios, right? There's a good chance they will put out something really great. I'm not saying they won't, but this is not like a Square Enix. This is not Eidos, right? This is a company that's technically brand new. So, like my opinion on this is like it doesn't really affect me because again, it's not like we're losing an IP here necessarily. And like I always said, if it works great for them, great. But again, let this be a cog in the wheel of like, let's get this ABK thing done so we can start moving forward, right, with games as opposed to legal issues.
Yeah, I have nothing to say on this. I don't care. Sony can buy whatever they want. I don't care anymore. Guys, let's move into some quick stories / fun stories for the week. News story number 7, I believe. All of the games. Here's everything, every Xbox and PC game shown at the Nintendo Indie World Direct. I didn't watch this, but of the games that are shown there, these are coming to Xbox and or PC. We've got Cult of the Lamb, Relics of the Old Faith is coming our way. Oxenfree 2, The Lost Signals, which isn't coming to Xbox, but it is coming to PC and Netflix, Jose's favorite platform. Blasphemous 2 is coming to Series X and PC. Chance of Sanar is coming to Xbox and Steam. Teslagrad Remastered is coming to Xbox and PC. Teslagrad 2 is coming to the same platforms as well as PlayStation and Nintendo, obviously. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, what a great name, is coming to Steam, it looks like.
Did you see the gameplay for that, by the way?
No,
Dude,
I
that
didn't
looks
get a chance to
straight
see
up
all
like
of
a
them.
modern jet set radio. Like,
Oh,
legitimately, that's
yeah,
what
I
that
could
looks
see.
like.
Yeah, okay. And then we've got My Time at Sandrock is coming to Xbox and PC. Those are the games that were shown at Nintendo Showcase that will also be coming to Xbox and our PC. Jose, besides that, was there anything else that stood out to you? I didn't get a chance to see a lot of them.
I mean, I'm pumped for the Cult of the Lamb. I still have Cult of the Lamb. I bought it
I
when it
know,
was still
that's
pretty
right.
new because I wanted to support the devs, and I've heard such great things. I don't have freaking time to get there, man.
Dude,
But
there's
I'm
so much
pumped to
time.
play it. Like,
And
I
you still have
really,
Little
really am
Nightmares that I gave
excited.
you that you still haven't played.
I know I
You
haven't played
still-
Little Nightmares. I still have one a
Save that for
Walking Dead
Halloween.
sim
Save
that
that for
Chance sent me
Halloween.
that I haven't played either. So like, I got plenty on my backlog to add. But I'm happy. I'm happy, honestly, that there's more collaboration between, again, not Xbox and Nintendo are not fully going to collab at some point. That's very unlikely. But again, I think these small gestures are important in this world where people are
Well,
pushing
these
away
aren't
from each
Nintendo
other.
developed games. I mean,
No, but I'm saying like, I'm just saying like, it's nice to see collaboration across the board, especially with big rivals technically. So I'm down for that.
except for Netflix games. Bacon, anything to say, or can I move on to the next story?
Where in the heck is Hollow Knight Silk Song in this event?
You know what? I've got a lot to say about Hollow Knight.
Why is that not here?
Hot take. I don't know if I'm going to play the sequel because this game just keeps going and going, and you got to give me some direction here, Hollow Knight. So we'll get to that
I
in a little
agree.
bit later.
Okay.
And by the way, Ori is superior in every way.
Oh,
I don't get how
100%.
people
100%.
love Hollow Knight.
Not even
And
close.
dude, Ori. Sorry, we'll save that for later.
Say
Let's
Ori
move
had
on to
art.
news story number 8, and this one's these new collection. I'll just say it, Xbox Icon Collection, or sorry, no, that was the Iconic and Sustainable Icon Collection remix gear made from recycled materials and sustainable cotton. And I am on the gear.xbox.com right now, and I am looking at some of this new stuff. It's cool, but these prices, you guys, it's a little pricey.
steep.
A t-shirt
Oh.
is $42.99, guys.
Those shorts
You
look
heard
like
right.
short shorts.
$42.99. Yes.
What's
Then
that
we've got
Dan
the
likes?
above
Looks
the
very
knee Daddy
short.
Diwali favorite Icon Remix Eco sweat shorts.
The boys hanging out.
$74.99. Xbox
For shorts?
Icon hoodie.
For shorts, bud. I could get like 6
$84.
pairs at Foot Locker for that, bud.
$84.99. And then of course the hoodie I actually do want that isn't a part of the
Sustainable.
the sustainable one is the Icon Collection Velocity Green hoodie, which is fire, as the
Yeah.
kids say. $64.99 for this hoodie. I do believe I'm looking at some of these prices. I swear these have gone up, or I've purchased on this site when they've had sales. I think that's the only way you got to go. But by that point, they're probably not going to have my size. So, guys, is there anything on the Gear Shop that interests you recently? I like the Velocity Green hoodie. Jose, what about you?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
No, to be fair, man, I mean, I appreciate it, but this honestly, even though I do like some of the designs, it reminds me of Zoolander, where it's like the trash line is what this feels like. You know what I mean? Like, because it's the recycling line. That hand's so hot right now. That's what it feels like to me. I do dig the green stuff. I mean, what's funny to me. The Velocity hoodie looks more like a St. Patrick's Day hoodie to me. Even though I dig the Kelly green, I think that's a cool hoodie.
Speaking of why does it have a 4-leaf clover on there? Why is that there?
Why not?
Honestly,
Xbox is lucky.
But what? It just doesn't. It almost ruins the hoodie for me. Sorry, go ahead, Jose.
No, honestly, I don't have a lot to add. But here's the thing: I like Xbox merch, I really do, and it's not like, again, we've said this before. Like we are adults, right? Like it's not like, I know we're complaining about it, but we could certainly afford this if we wanted to. It's just I think I'm just being picky at this point. Like I don't want to pick up everything that Xbox drops, and I'm happy that they're just having more and more stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm by no means upset, but I don't think I'm gonna be picking any of this stuff up. You know, Dan, you look great in green right now. You're wearing green. You know, you do that for you if you want.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I got to give a huge shout out to Last Stand Media, my favorite podcast on the internet besides ours, of course. Shout out to the Moriarty brothers, Colin and Dagan Moriarty. This is the Knockback t-shirt with the Knockback logo. Guys, if you want me to model this and send in a picture for you, because nobody's modeling this t-shirt, all of your other shirts, you have somebody from the crew modeling it. Where's Dagan? Why isn't Dagan modeling the shirt? Mama Micah, get on this. Tell him to get you a picture.
You need to just send in your photo.
I
like
will
a
gladly send in. What is it? What do they used to call it? Like a glamour shot. I'm gonna here you go. What's the deal?
That look, the confused look.
You can. I'll work on. All right, I'll work on the glamour shot. I'll work on the pose, and I will submit it to you. So shout out to Knockback, one of my favorite podcasts, guys. Let's close the news with our favorite segment coming to Xbox Game Pass for mid-April right now, guys. Too many games. Just one of them snuck up on me big time here. And this is coming from Megan Spur, community lead over at Xbox Game Pass. And this was posted a couple days ago. Available today on the 18th, Minecraft Legends, cloud, console, and PC. Coming soon, April 20th. Today, 420, Coffee Talk, Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly on cloud, console, and PC. Medieval Dynasty, Xbox One, random, April 20th. Homestead Arcana, cloud, console, or cloud, PC, Xbox Series S and S, April 21st. Then we have Cassette Beasts on PC on April 26th. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition. What a title. Cloud, console, and PC on April 27th. The Last Case of Benedict Fox completely snuck up on me. Console and PC on April 27th. And I'm going to read this one. Take on The Last Case of Benedict Fox and dive into a twisted world of secret organizations, forbidden rituals, and cold-blooded murders. Explore the memories of deceased victims as you search for clues and fight demons in this fantastical Lovecraftian Metroidvania. Sign me up, gosh. Get another Metroidvania. I'd rather be playing that than Hollow Knight right now. And then May 2nd, I'm so torn on this, you guys. Redfall, cloud, PC, Xbox Series X and S, May 2nd, day one on Game Pass. The town of Redfall is under siege by a legion of vampires who have cut the island off from the outside world. Trapped with a handful of survivors, slay alone or squad up in an open world FPS action. Gosh dang it, why does that write-up have to be so good? I'm gonna crack and play this at 30 FPS. I already know it.
He's absolutely right.
DLC, game updates, Vampire Survivors, Tides of the Foscari DLC is out now. Microsoft Flight Simulator World Update 13, Oceania and Antarctica is out April 25th. Game Pass Ultimate Perks, you can get a Dragon Slayer bundle for Elder Scrolls Online, 10 show packs for MLB The Show, and Far Cry 5 Heart of Darkness DLC. Dude, that's awesome. They're giving you one of the DLCs for Far Cry. Guys, everybody go play Far Cry 5. That is a fantastic game. And leaving April 30th. Oh, Jose's favorite, Bugsnax is leaving cloud, console, PC.
I didn't even play that. Bacon played that.
I played like 3 minutes of it.
Destroy All Humans. Shout out to Chris Raygrun over at Sacred Symbols. And Last Stand Loves, Destroy All Humans, cloud, console, and PC is leaving April 30th. Dragon Quest Builders 2, cloud, console, PC is leaving. Ooh, I never got to play this. Tetris Effect Connected is leaving cloud or console and PC. And Unsold is also, these are all leaving April 30th. Guys, the Last Case of Benedict Fox totally snuck up on me. Oh my gosh, there's one I'm going to play. And I hate that Redfall is going to be at 30 FPS. I can't stand it. I need to make a stand, but I really want to play this game, you guys. I don't even think I was planning on getting to Ghostwire. Nope, that's going to have to go on the backlog because we're too close now. There's too many games. Got to finish Hollow Knight. probably going to do last case of Benedict Fox and then right into Redfall. God dang it. So, Bacon, what are you going to play? What's coming up? What's on your lineup right now? Too much.
I Jedi Survivor is number one on mine. So, but
oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Another one I'm going to buy and then push to the side just to support them.
Benedict Fox, I was excited, crazy excited for this from the showcase last year. This one has been on my radar. I don't know. I mean, I've already prepaid for Jedi Survivor and EA Play Pro, so and I've already prepaid for Game Pass. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, there are too many games. It's just
too many games. Jose, what about you? Jedi.
I mean,
you're just going to do Jedi to Redfall, huh?
No, I'm gonna. This is heresy. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna hold off on Jedi, not because I think it's bad.
To it right away. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy it, Jose. I need to support.
Yeah,
Respawn.
I agree. I should buy it.
I didn't buy The Last Jedi because I played that on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I bought Titanfall 2 cheap because I bought Battlefield at the time. It's horrible of them to do that at the same time. I did buy Titanfall 1 at launch, but I need to support. So I will buy it, but I'm gonna have to push it to summer. Like it is what it is.
That's where I'm at too. It's just like especially because there was a new one on this one too that I wanted to add to my playthroughs that I can't do Jedi right now, but definitely pumped for Benedict Fox. I was pumped way back when they showed that last summer. So I'm excited for that, as well as it's gonna sound stupid because it reminds me of Stardew Valley. I want to check out this Homestead Arcana. I've heard it's pretty cool. It's definitely got that Halloween vibes. We know I'm a big Halloween simp over here, so I want to check that one out for sure. But that's probably more of like I can play low key. I'm hoping I can actually play it on my Razer Kishi, because that'd be a nice thing on the couch when we're like watching TV and stuff, to just be like tending my farm with my cat and stuff like that. But definitely I am going to play Redfall day one, because here's the thing. And this goes back to what I've argued. We need an awesome Blade game. Why has no one made a dope Blade game? To be a dude with a sword and a gun shooting vampires in like modern day city, that is
this is as close as you're going to get.
I don't think it is, but dude, man, that's such a missed opportunity, because like Bacon said, there's such a glut of zombie games. It'd be so dope to have that. But anyway, for now, I'm going to check out Redfall for sure. And I'll be honest about it. If I really notice the 30 and it's not great, I'll mention that. I'll still keep playing, but that is where I'm going to put a bunch of my time.
The 30 has to be a perfect 30. It needs to play incredibly well. I'm going to say that right.
I don't disagree with you.
No excuses, Bacon. If this is not a locked perfect 30, I'm going to be so mad, because I love Arcane. And yes, I need to talk to you about that later. I think I found one that I'm going to get. Guys, that has been the Xbox news for the week. Let's jump into what have we been playing and or watching. I'd like to go first. I got to give a huge shout out. I purchased these Bang & Olufsen. I don't even know. The Beoplay Portal gaming headset, originally launching at what? Yes, this is the grade.
I paid $500.
Yes, they originally launched at like $500. I got this open box good for $148. I am super pumped. I've still got all the new stuff on it. It's like the person barely even tried it, didn't do anything to it. Looks brand new to me. I am impressed with the sound quality, comfort a little bit. Here's my problem though, Bacon. I've got these big old ears, and the cups,
they are small ear cups.
They're kind of smaller ear cups, so I'm gonna see how they go. I have to say go ahead.
Did yours ever have trouble syncing, like when you turn them on and switch it to Xbox? Does it ever switch on and then turn right back to Bluetooth?
No, not at all. I haven't.
Do it all the time.
Zero issues, and I've been using the app to switch it. So I've had zero, and I was doing it last night, like switching between the two, like watching varied content, because I was trying to get a good feel for the sound. So
the only complaint I have, every other high-end headset has the ability,
comfort, equality, build, and S tier sound. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. The only issue with those is you cannot have two audio sources at the same time. I cannot be playing a game and answering a phone call for a $500 headset is a huge miss.
You know why?
I don't know if that interferes with the radio or the connectivity.
It's got to be the wireless, and that's got to be because these connect to your Xbox just like a controller would. versus my other headset where I use like a dongle on the back, and the ones that usually let you do both, like the Bluetooth and your
Stealth 700s and stuff.
Xbox
Yeah.
at the same time, you probably have a Bluetooth or a dongle. I think it has to do with the wireless technology that they're using, which I don't know if I agree or like with Xbox. Like I kind of wish, honestly, I wish the Xbox just had Bluetooth sound so you could hook up anything. Like I wouldn't
Right.
mind earbuds, like to be perfectly honest. So shout out to those. I'll have more updates on that. Like Bacon has his, he doesn't use them as much. I haven't used it with a mic yet. Bacon give more thoughts in a second, but let me just say, been playing Hollow Knight. That's all I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I've been playing more Call of Duty recently. Because I actually like the battle pass this round. I think this stuff is cool this time around. I think the character skins are worthwhile. I mean, I still think the game is fine. Everyone loves to complain. I still have fun when I play it. The multiplayer I hate, except I'll just go zone out and veg out on shipment trying to level crap up or level my experience up. Hollow Knight, you guys. I like it, but at the same time, I'm like, gosh, when is this going to end? It's gotten to that point, and I've been playing a long time. And also, Bacon, the achievements suck because this is the Void Heart edition. I didn't know that. They give you 5 points for everything, whereas the other one, this would have been way more. And then a bunch of the achievements to make it 1,000 are the impossible stuff where like you have to do crazy, insane, like beat it under this amount of time and do it on the hardest mode and beat these guys. I have no idea. So I can see why people like it. But at the same time, I'm so confused why people loved it so much when I compare it to Ori. I feel like Ori is better, like
Superior.
significantly in every
Mhm.
way. Like the powers, the combat, the exploration, the story, like everything is leagues better in Ori. And I don't understand why I feel like I've heard more people talk about Hollow Knight versus Ori and the Blind Forest.
Because it's
So,
Xbox.
And because it's available on more platforms. Hollow Knight
maybe you're
is.
right. Ori is what? Only Well, Ori's on PC,
On Switch.
Switch,
And Switch, yeah.
and Xbox. So
It's
it's
Xbox.
just
It's the
not
hate
on
of Xbox.
PlayStation. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But so again, Hollow Knight, I just need it to end at this point. Like, I think I'm like 14, 15 hours already, and I probably still have a lot
Dang.
more to go. And so I'm trying to do everything in one, like as much as I can. So that's all I've been playing. Jose, what about you? I'm assuming you finished Resident Evil. You're not going to go for that 1,000 out of 1,000.
Not right now. I mean, I definitely like. I could go back and play that again. I had a great
4
time
more
with it, and
times,
now that
though.
I could do a new game plus, and no, I'm not going to go 1,000. I don't do that for almost anything. I did finish the game, loved it, had enjoyed every second of it, and definitely.
Where does it rank? Do we need to do an updated Resident Evil ranking, or should we save it for
but not
another
right
video?
now. But yes.
Okay.
The other thing
Is it better than 2?
I would need to think on that. That I really would, honestly. In terms of other things, I did finish the Halo event. I got to play with the boys with this weekend, which was a lot of fun, and finished it late on actually like Monday night because I wanted to get that last. Even though I know it's coming back 2 more times, I just wanted to be done with it. I did not get the little energy sword.
You didn't get the
keychain
energy
that Dan
sword.
wanted.
You didn't get your bandit kills.
No, it was late. It was bedtime. The other thing I did start. I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 a little bit. I didn't buy the battle pass, but definitely enjoy playing with friends. And I
shout out this weekend, free multiplayer access for everybody. So Jose, you can go play some shipment 24/7, level up those guns. Go do it.
We'll see. Also started Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm only about 2.5, 3 hours in, maybe. It's not
what's going on.
Expected. It's not what I expected. I honestly expected a little bit more horror vibes, and the reality is right now I have seen exactly 3 enemy types so far, minus the like boss, which I think the boss looks dope. I think the lieutenants for the boss also look dope. I'm assuming those are going to be like bosses that I fight throughout the game. And here's my classic problem, and I think I'm going to have to break my rule is even in games that I'm not super into, I feel like I need to do some of the side quests. I feel like I need to level up and go into like some situations OP. And I think I'm not going to do that for this one. I think I'm actually just going to switch it to easy mode and start burning through the story because I want to hear the story. I think it's
tell
compelling.
you right now. That's exactly what over at Handsome
Sacred
Phantom
Symbols
and
Season Gaming.
He said to just mainline the main story, and that's all you need to do, and you'll have a great time. So don't feel bad about that, Jose.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's cool. It's beautiful. I like some of the mechanics. The controls are not as tight on a couple of things that I would like. There's like a floating
No
element
lock.
that you have that's a little. It's not as tight as I think it should be, but I think that was on purpose because they want to feel like you're not in full control of everything. I do agree with Bacon that the story, wacky. Like, man, it just jumps you
No
right
idea.
in and
Yep.
very little explanation. There's definitely a lot of like allusion to Japanese folklore, which that's cool. And I dig that. I have no issue with that element of it, but just it's like there's not a lot of background about things. It's just kind of like very clear why you're there, kind of, and what your goal is, and there's other people's goals, and they don't mix, and that's where you start, basically. So I'll keep playing that a little bit, but again, that Homestead Arcana comes out tomorrow, and then we're only a week out from Benedict Fox, and then we're only a week out from that from Redfall. So like, I got a lot to play in the coming weeks for sure. Other than that, are we doing watching right now or just games?
Let's finish off. Any other games, Bacon?
I started Wild Hearts.
Oh, tell us. Interesting.
It's Monster Hunter.
Never
but
played
cooler.
that either.
I think it's cooler. Monster Hunter is still not for me. There's a weird building mechanic in it, but it runs pretty well. Of course, it's part of the EA Play Pro, so I'm just trying everything in there.
Yeah.
I also started a hard run on Dead Space on PC.
You
It's
dog.
not easy.
Good choice,
That's
bud.
hard. That's hard. Downloaded Battlefield 2042 to play on PC.
I'll play that with you, Bacon. I've heard the new season's dope.
Yeah, and being a pro member, I get all the DLC and all the everything involved in it. So then noticing on the homepage, Immortals of Avian is also included in my subscription. That's coming out in July. Looks pretty dope. But I have been playing Minecraft Legends. We talked about that earlier, so no need to continue on that. And I do like an hour of Ghostwire here and there. There are a lot of mechanics to learn in that game. Cleansing these, going to phone booths. There's just so much to remember. How to grapple to the flying things. There's a lot there. The game could be simplified. As far as the creep, I felt it was creepy in the hospital early with all the shadows behind the glass. It was a little creepy, but other than that, you're right. It's not very creepy. And yeah, it is floaty. I'm not sure I'll finish it or not. Maybe. So
do you know
Other
roughly
than-
what a full game playthrough is? Like, are we talking 20 hours or talking 50 hours?
No, it's got to be less.
yeah.
Oh, 8, 9? Okay, I'll burn through that.
Yeah, but yeah, there's just so many collectibles. Every place you go, there's 10 things to pick up, 10 things to read, and it's definitely heavily Japanese influence, so which makes sense.
So
'cause-
quick fun thing for Dan here. Don't spoil it again. So Dan, part of the game is you have to collect these like wandering souls. Guess how many souls are in the
Dude,
game? Just take a guess.
I've heard it's like 500 or something, right?
230
Yeah.
something thousand.
Dude, yeah, like it's an insane amount of collectibles
I
inside
think I'm
stuff.
at
I
like
know.
10,000 or 12,000 right
It's
now.
that's exactly what Ben was saying. He's like, I wish I hadn't gone back and done this stupid ass stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Main story, Jose, how long to beat? 11 hours. Main plus
Okay,
extras,
I can do
20 and a
that, I can
half.
do that.
Completionist, you're looking at a 40-hour.
I mean, it's cool with the way you switch your
I'll hold
weapons
off.
and your combat. Yeah, you should be no rush
There's
to
too
play
many
it.
games. I want to, and that's the thing. I really want to play this, but like from what I've heard from you guys and various other people, like, yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but that's got to be like a downtime.
It's a good backlog one for sure.
Yeah.
at
I'm
this point, yeah.
afraid for you though,
Hopefully the
Dan,
performance
wanting to
will
be a
get better.
completionist though. That's
I know. I'm afraid
Oh,
too because
I'm
that's
a
afraid.
nightmare,
I'm
dude, for a
afraid big time for
completionist.
you.
Oh.
Petting all the cats and petting you like
Oh.
Giving the
talk-
dogs
you talk to
food.
dogs, you give them food and you cleanse their soul and they tell
They
you
give you
something. And
Hidden stuff.
some of
Yeah.
the side missions, some of the side missions are just as generic as they come. You got
But
to
if
deliver
it's
someone
simple-
toilet paper in a bathroom. It's like
I did all that side random cop crimes in Cyberpunk, and those were cock up. But at least you would like go somewhere and kill some people and leave.
Right.
But
that's about it for playing.
anything exciting anybody's been watching? I have something to share that was exciting that we watched. I made Allie watch The Wolf of Wall Street. She had not seen that. We're on a Martin
it's a good one.
Scorsese.
Good
Fantastic film. Dude, that movie is so good, so funny. Shout out to by the way, Leo should have won an Academy Award for that. That when he's on drugs or he has
man.
like
Yeah,
where he
on the
seizes up,
Quaaludes.
Oh my,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, it's
dude,
good.
insane. So shout out to The Wolf of Wall Street. If you for some reason have not seen that movie, anybody listening, go watch Wolf of Wall Street. Also, Margot Robbie, not too hard on the eyes, right, boys?
Yeah.
Jose, what have you been watching?
I actually started rewatching because I want to watch the new season. I started watching Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus. It's a great show, dude, especially for the gaming world. It's hilarious, and like Rock McElhaney's awesome. So I've definitely been watching that.
Is he still shredded in that too?
Oh, of course he is. But his character is hilarious in it too, because he's kind of like a Mac, but he's a little more competent and like a visionary for games and stuff. It's really, really good. Shout out to Zapatista Miggy in the chat. He just said Chupa's a good family film. We watched that with the girls too on Netflix.
Shout out Zapatista Miggy. Miggy. I forgot. He didn't. He couldn't get his Zapatista. Who took that, Miggy? I still can't believe that.
We watched Chupa. It's a cute family movie on Netflix about a chupacabra, and this kid in Mexico is really cool. We like that a lot. My youngest daughter's super into chupacabras, of all things crazy. We also, Victoria had never seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. I showed her that this weekend, and she actually,
how is that aged?
I mean, like, appropriate is there a couple questionable things, but I still was laughing out loud at a bunch of stuff because it just harkened me back to like a time when I definitely didn't have the amount of stresses as now. So the good old days. And maybe hungry for a hamburger, right?
Dude, I want lunch. Why is White Castle? Why aren't you in Colorado? Good gosh.
So watch those. I haven't watched the newest episode of Ted Lasso this week. I haven't seen the season finale of Mando. I'll watch that stuff. I'm enjoying that stuff.
I was going to ask
nothing earth shattering, but I've watched
Speaking of Mando, Jose, I am at 7. I'm episode 7 of it. Where are you?
I think 7 is the one that was just yesterday.
It finally got interesting, you guys.
I haven't seen
episode 6 finally started to get interesting. So these last 3 episodes better be good. Thanks, Disney Plus, for giving us caca. Did you see the special cameo person who's in 6? That's probably why I liked it. I don't want to spoil it.
I don't know yet.
Tim Meadows?
No, you would know who I'm talking about. Have you seen episode 6?
I believe so.
Like the he was an Imperial and he's married to the Black Princess.
Oh,
lady.
Yep.
Jose, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I have seen.
Okay, well, you're gonna love it because he's hilarious. He's very funny. And
yeah, of course. I did see that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And Christopher Lloyd, random appearance. So,
and Lizzo was the wife.
Yep.
That was Lizzo? I didn't even know.
Yeah, that was dope.
Dang, she's good at acting. I'm going to tell Allie about that. Sorry, go ahead. Anything else, Jose? I know the chat's blowing up over TV shows.
I don't have anything else. Chat said B was asking if anyone watched Lucky Hank or Beef. I have
Negative.
not seen those. And Deja Vu also recommended Knock at the Cabin. I heard that was good too. I haven't seen that one too.
Yeah,
M. Night Shyamalan, but I heard it was
very is that free anywhere?
It's on Peacock. Weird.
I have Xfinity, so I should be able to watch that for free.
Yeah.
Bacon, anything you've been watching? Don't tell me, Picard.
I did watch Knock at the Cabin. Like, again, I like Batista.
Do I need to watch it? I like M.
Are you a
Shyamalan
Shyamalan guy?
Yeah, I am.
Like, Signs was really good, and then he does a weird one. Then he does a good one. Then he does a weird one. Village was, I mean, it's worth a watch. Is
it too scary for Allie? Or too messed up, I should say.
No, not for Allie. No.
Okay.
You can watch it. Of course, Ted Lasso, the greatest show ever made. And watched a documentary on Netflix, and I can't remember what it was, so it must not have been that great.
Really?
Ooh, speaking of Netflix
episodes, it was awesome.
Jose, have you seen Love is Blind? Apparently, I need to watch this. This is like a reality love show where they don't see each other the whole time.
That's a no for me, dog.
Okay, well.
But The Night Agent on Netflix is 10-episode series. CIA.
Oh, I heard that was good too.
It was actually really good. Definitely worth a watch.
Mickey says Cocaine Bear was meh.
And
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Dude, I still need to watch the original Exorcist. I think I watched that. Terrifying. I think I watched the original one. Absolutely terrifying.
Scary.
I need to watch Rosemary's Baby. That's what I need to see next. I hear that is absolutely terrifying as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for the recommendations. Guys, let's close the show. Oh, 24. Oh, thank you. Rabbit Hole with Kiefer. Dude, 24 is one of my favorite. Miggy, another one for you to watch. Go watch Justified. If you've never seen Justified, it was on FX with Timothy Oliphant. Go watch
And
Justified.
Walter
One of the
Goggins, right? Was he in
Yes,
that
and
too?
Walter Goggins, freaking phenomenal. One of the best shows I've ever seen on TV. Go watch that. Let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. Tying into that directly, I'm going straight to the article that I pulled earlier. Coloradans will be among the first to see McDonald's changed burgers. The Big Mac, along with all McDonald's burgers, are getting a flavor makeover. I saw this earlier in the week, and then I saw that Colorado, specifically Denver and the Springs, will be among the first in the U.S. to try the updated burgers. They announced Monday that they will be making small but tasty improvements to its burgers. According to McDonald's, its chefs have been cooking up improvements among the 5 burgers. The changes include a softer, pillowy buns that are toasted to a golden brown, perfectly melted cheese, juicier caramelized flavor from adding white onions to the patties while they're still in the grill. Sounds fantastic. Always love the onions. And even more of everyone's favorite Big Mac sauce, bringing more tangy sweetness in every Big Mac bite. Guys, so here's what I did. I went directly just a few hours ago, went to McDonald's to see if I could notice a difference. I purchased, and I was going to send you a picture. I purchased the Big Mac, and I purchased a quarter pounder with cheese. Was supposed to have bacon. They didn't give me the bacon. They forgot it. But I did eat both in haste as I was driving to swimming lessons and to Costco. And I got to say, I think I got the new recipe on these bad boys, because I did notice a lot more of that special sauce, Jose, the old special sauce
That's what
on
she said.
the Big Mac. And then my quarter pounder, by the way, here it is, you guys. The Big Mac, completely overrated. It's not a very good burger. You go for it for the sauce. I did appreciate the more sauce. I do believe apparently that's all you're getting Big Mac for, is the special sauce. Let's be real. And then when I had my quarter pounder with cheese, that was delicious. The quarter pounder with cheese, hands down, is the best burger at McDonald's. It was fantastic. Chow both. It's no debate. It's the quarter pounder, chicken McNuggets.
I don't know. Value, the McDouble's still up there for the value size.
Okay, well, fine. I have to say, though, I wanted, in general, I didn't want to just go just to see if I got the new burgers. I did want to just have a refresh, because we always talk about burgers on the show. I was like, which one do I like more? Hands down, the best burger at McDonald's is the quarter pounder with cheese.
Double quarter pounder.
I have not. Maybe I'll have to try that next time.
Twice the meat.
People get the Big Mac because they like bread or they like the special sauce. That's what they're probably the best item at McDonald's, though. Let's be real. Chicken McNuggets and the spicy meat chicken. Those are up there. And the McFlurry. Let's be real. And the fries.
So the whole menu.
Everything but the actual burgers. But hands down, the best burger, the best food I had this week was the quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's. Jose, tell me, what do you think of this news, and what was the best food you had this week?
The news, I'm a little torn on it, honestly. Like, McDonald's has had a solid recipe for like 50 years.
Yeah, but they're burgers and meat. They could use some improvement. Let's be real.
You know what I will say? I will say that relatively their patties are, like, I know I make fun of you a lot about Burger King because I don't think
it has
it's
a distinct taste as well. McDonald's,
but the patties are definitely beefier. They're definitely bigger than McDonald's. They've definitely skimped on that. So I do appreciate that they're trying to improve that profile a little bit. And I'm also, honestly, I've been a little tired of some of the crazier stuff they're doing. Like, I don't need crazy additional menu items at McDonald's. I just need you to make the classics better. So I'm all for this for sure. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to go get myself a double QPC. And see how that goes.
Dude,
all right.
It was fun. What was the best food you had this week, Jose?
Best food I had. So it was my dad's birthday on Sunday. My mom made homemade enchiladas, which was delightful.
Feliz cumpleaños, Jose Martinez.
Yeah, senior. 65. So he's officially going to get that Medicare, right? So he's excited about that. We also had a DQ Blizzard because they have a deal right now. If you use the app, you can get a Blizzard for 85 cents.
Tell me you got the Heath and cookie dough.
Oh, no. Did the Take 5 Blizzard. It's like pretzels and caramel and Reese's in there. It was delightful. And then the other thing that I hadn't had in a long, long time, we went to Park Burger last night over on Pearl Street. And dude, the burger I had, it's a chain. There's a couple of in Denver, but it's more of like it is more hipster, straight up it is. But burgers were like $10. They were reasonable. And the burger I had was a green chili, like burger. It had jalapeno cream cheese. It had fresh hatch green chili on it, pepper jack cheese. It was awesome. It was very, very, very good. And the fries they make a really good like truffle parmesan fries. So shout out to Park Burger. Those were the best things I had this week to eat.
Very quickly, I want to ask you guys, how much do you think it cost for just my Big Mac and just my quarter pounder with cheese and bacon, but they didn't put the bacon on, but I paid for it anyway?
$13.
How did you know? You get the same thing, don't you?
Pretty
It's
much.
like 13.
He just
Bacon's
bullseye
right
right
on. He
there,
clearly
bro.
goes to McDonald's and gets 2 sandwiches. Bacon, what was the best food you had this week?
Well, we took advantage of the post-holiday sale and got a ham, and we cooked it up on Sunday. So everything we've had this week has had ham, and it's just
Classic.
fantastic. The
Ham's the
wife
best.
always makes some
Ham's the
ham
best.
scallop
Some honey
potatoes.
glazed ham.
She makes scallop potatoes with ham every time,
Oh.
and like the day after, it's so good.
Bacon, drop me off some of those scalloped potatoes and ham.
I think we already finished them, my guy.
Oh, man.
But I'm putting them in my eggs for breakfast. I'm just eating it just flat out, just by hand. So you get a lot when you're only cooking for 2, and we make a big ham. So that's my life right now, guys. But
Love
had a
it.
couple Oreos earlier. Oreos are really good.
It's classic.
Can't go wrong with an
Also,
Oreo.
shout out cereal I've been enjoying recently. Honeycomb. You guys have
Mm.
super
Ooh,
underrated.
it's a classic.
Super underrated.
Works.
Guys, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 103. My name is Daddy Diwali. You can follow me at Daddy Diwali across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Pod or the Nerd Chat for most things. You can write into the Nerd Chat podcast at gmail.com. We couldn't secure that. Our website is nerdchatmedia.com in case you want to learn more about the show. Very quickly, just a reminder, we do record live at 9:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for you, Snelling. You son of-
7:30.
7:30.
Not 9:30.
and sorry, 7:30 Mountain Standard, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific over at youtube.com/the Nerd Chat Podcast. Jose, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Chipotle_Bear. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitch at just Chipotle Bear. Always feel free to reach out and chat. And it's a lot. It's despite all the craziness on Twitter and in the gaming space, there's a pretty good community of gaming podcasts and people out there. So support other gamers, support people that stream, and most of all, go play something fun, guys. Go have fun out there. That's what it's all about.
Play to have fun in games. And shout out to Miggy. He also gets $13. Apparently, Miggy also goes to McDonald's a lot. $13 well spent, as far as I'm concerned. And shout out to B. Burnt Ends with baked beans and mac and cheese. Sounds delicious.
Mhm.
Living his best life.
Bacon, where can people find you?
You can find me at XbacongamiN pretty much everywhere. I want to take time to thank all you guys in the chat. Sticking with us this long. We really appreciate it, and the comments and helping driving the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. And as always, Quarter Pounder lovers, see you online.
See you online.
See you online.
See you online.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast, is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy Diwali across all social media. The assistant to the co-host is Jose Martinez, and you can follow him at Chipotle_Bear. The assistant to the co-host is Chance Siegel, and you can follow him at BubbleBoyN7. The intern to the assistant to the co-hosts is Jason Jarrett, and you can follow him at XbacongamiN. You can also follow the show at the Nerd Chat across all social media. And if you'd like to find